Las Vegas! Viva Las Vegas! Today, Bobby at Gloss, that's me, I'm doing a special request on Ann-Margret. Ann-Margret and I have a very long relationship. It started in 1978 when I received this envelope after writing to her when I would ask people for things for the free, and she sent me this picture along with the request that I join her fan club in order to receive more pictures. Well, I thought, why not just send some myself since I know she'll respond? So I did like a magazine cutout, started out simple, and then I had like a couple of cheesecake photos that I bought at a movie store in Burlingame. Look at that look. We love that look, right? That's like the Ann-Margret cheesecake post Bye Bye Birdie look. Which is why I then needed to go out and get Ann-Margret LPs. Yes! Do you like Ann-Margret LPs? You know how much I love the Ann-Margret LPs? Especially that song 13 Men and her version of Heartbreak Hotel. Awesome. So now I know that Ann-Margret is going to be very good at answering my letters. So I'm writing to her pretty regular. Now this is a pretty unique photo. This photo was one of the few photos, or first photos, released after Ann-Margret had her devastating fall backstage in Vegas off of some scaffolding and had to have her face basically redone. At least that's the story. But here's an Ann-Margret look that we all loved, right? This was like Ann-Margret in Spangles on TV specials. And this one, remember this controversy when Oprah Winfrey, her head was put onto this picture, onto this dress for a cover of TV Guide? Ann-Margret in Bob Mackie. That was when she was like a disco queen for a little bit, because who has this? The Ann-Margret Disco LP. You gotta have the 12-inch of Love Rush, right? Yes! And then we get into this look, which is a Harry Langdon photo. Ann-Margret, Harry Langdon, and I think that this is from the same sitting from when I met Ann-Margret doing Viva Ann-Margret at the Castro. It's the same sitting, it's the same look, right? And of course, I was there for a reason. You gotta be. Ann-Margret and her husband. But additionally, I was gonna get an additional score because Ann-Margret was appearing in Best Little Whorehouse in Texas, so I figured she and Roger were both in town. So I wrote this letter to Ann-Margret and Roger. Her husband Roger had his own career on 77 Sunset Strip and his own LP. So I wrote to both of them, and I had Roger and Ann sign some things for me. Now, I sent Ann some really rare pictures, including like one of her first publicity stills. She loved the purple pen, right? And this rare one from Bye Bye Birdie, which is ultra rare because this is an original publicity. Look at the press on the back and the stamp. This is an original portrait. Plus, I also sent her a picture with her and her mom. And I was like, Ann-Margret, you're the best. But you want to know what is really the best Ann-Margret piece I have? Ho ho! Can you guys see that? Ann-Margret in Bus Riley's Back in Town with Michael Parks. Look at that movie poster. That's awesome. You know what happened is, back in the day, I went to a record store and they had some memorabilia. I said, hey, how much for all of this memorabilia? And they were like, well, just tell us what you want. And I was like, no, I want all of it. And the guy said $2,000. I walked out of there with boxes and boxes of stuff, thousands of stills and movie posters. I swear to God, it's probably like 15 cents each. But what is my favorite Ann-Margret? Tommy, can you hear me? Tommy doesn't even know. Oh, yes. Ann-Margret and Tommy, that is the friggin' best. I loved that movie. Champagne and chocolate and beans coming out of the screen and rolling around in it. Anybody want to provide me with a screen that has champagne and chocolate and beans coming out of it? I'm down.